There we go. Welcome back to 52 Weeks of Wealth. This is your business and your life. I want to open this up to the coaches. We have our millionaire coaches. These are real estate investors. These are trainers, teachers, people who have become extremely successful in their own businesses and their own lives. They're all investors in real estate. They all hold assets in real estate. They all hold assets in crypto. They all hold assets in the stock market. They all own their own businesses. Hands to the camera if you know these are the people you want to ask questions to. You want to get their opinions on things. Yes, millionaires and multimillionaires. So let's start with, if Ryan Mcdermott's on the call, I know he usually has a soccer game he has to go to because he's got his beautiful kids. I missed him already. Okay.
Not here. I don't know that he showed today. I think he soccer early.
Yeah, he said he was busy.
Basketball
today.
early.
Yeah.
Early basketball. Look at you all sticking up for him. All right. So then
it was soccer on a basketball court.
Soccer on a basketball court. That sounds like indoor soccer that they do in New England when it's cold and snowy out. So I remember those days before I moved to sunny Tampa. Speaking of Floridians, let's start with our Floridians this week. Doug Mcgurk, you're up.
So great job as always. Found it ironic that your truism of record everything was not being recorded. So I just thought point that out.
Still on Facebook.
I know.
You're right. I should have recorded
that. So that was funny. So yeah, simplify everything. Indeed. And here's the challenge. All of this is why the community is so important. It's simple, not easy, right? Everything that Gwalter just shared about, oh yeah, it's just the 4 Fs, no problem. Find it, fund it, get some facts, no problem. All makes sense without the support, without having someone to be there with you to give you that push. I remember when I first got into it, I was fortunate that a good friend of mine held me accountable, and he was also some money. I was like, okay, I'm ready. He's like, are you ready? I'm like, I'm ready. He's like, okay, then we're doing it. And you got to just follow the instructions I share. And it was scary the first time. That's why you have the community. If it's not scary, it's not going to be worth it. It's not going to be, it's not going to have the impact. And then just to give you a little feedback, after I said, okay, let's do it, then it was, okay, honey, to Heidi, we're going to do this now. This has gone back many years. And she's like, get another mortgage? Go into more debt? What? And I'm like, no, it's going to be, trust me, it's going to be fine. It'll pay for itself. Well, all of that. And she freaked out the first one. Now she's like, come on, go get 2 more. Come on, keep going. Let's go. So I was like, okay, honey, we're going to look outside of Florida now. She's like, okay, whatever. Like, just keep doing it. So leverage your community. If you're not in a community, invest into your community. Find a way to surround yourself with people who will hold you to a higher standard, because we live up to the expectations of our peers. So if we can ensure that we are around people who hold us to a higher standard, like this community and beyond, it is a game changer. And that is all I have to say about that.
Let's give Doug Mcgurk a round of applause. It's absolutely true that the community is where all the money is. I've made more money from just communicating with people, talking, and yeah, jumping into a different market can be scary. It's absolutely true. Getting out of your own market is scary, but as investors, we keep scaling. We have to keep growing. We have to keep moving. And if deals just don't work where we're at, cool. Go to where the deals do work. Can't scare if you commit to follow the money. Yes. Here's one better. Get there before the money shows up. And when they do show up, build them, charge them. You want to be there when everybody else doesn't want the assets, when everybody's running away from an area. That's a good time to buy. Get in while they're moving out. Awesome. Let's see. Darina is living down here in Florida. Darina, you still on the call?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Excellent.
I'm here. I was not an alarm clock this morning. I apologize.
I noticed. I felt that.
Yeah. So the topic today is simplifying. Simplifying works in all areas of our life, not just business, but life itself. We tend to complicate everything, and we think that we have to do everything. Anything that comes in, we don't say no to. So going after one thing and focusing on one thing that can move you forward allows you to actually kind of evaluate everything that you do in life and every day. And you can ask yourself a question, okay, this particular project or this request to join, or let's go do something. Does this particular task support my mission or support my big thing or the one thing? If the answer is no, you're going to say no to that, because nobody really cares whether you do it or not. People care, about themselves more than anything. So focus on one thing, simplify it, say no to things that don't belong to your one thing if they don't support it. And simplifying is the only way to scale. So whether you want to progress in your health, if you want to have, so many times I hear, oh, my relationship with my spouse is so hard. Relationship is hard. I'm like, what are you doing that it's so hard? Like my relationship with my spouse, super easy. We're being transparent and we communicate well. If it's a no, it's a no. And nobody really gets upset. So take care of yourself, simplify your life, simplify your business, say no to things that really don't matter. And then that way you can actually scale and improve and touch more people. And the partnership comes in place too. So think of that. This year I hired bookkeeper, I hired branding person who helps to simplify my brand, my personal brand. Bookkeeper, Julie Bradley, I love you. You simplify my life right now. And we hired a lot of our sales team this month that's going to simplify the process of building relationships. So it works. It's just make sure you're focusing on one thing and say no to something that doesn't matter. Boom.
Let's give Darina a round of applause. It's all about simplification. Can we simplify the things that we're doing in our lives so we can do more big things? And Darina has done an amazing job simplifying. Mitch Jorsky, you're also down here in Florida. You're up.
And it's appropriate that I'm speaking after Darina just dropped bombs that I feel like she might as well just put my name in front of it. Were you speaking directly to me, Darina, just now? Because I think you were. Are you my spirit animal this
really
morning?
Friends, and I feel like we want the same things. So yes.
One thing, absolutely. And you know what? I think FOMO is real. You hear that. I hear it a lot in crypto, obviously, fear of missing out. I think that holds true in the things that you do, because saying no a lot of times, one of the reasons people struggle to say no is they have that fear that they're going to miss out on something. They're going to miss out on an opportunity. They're going to miss out on whatever it is that could happen by saying yes to that thing. And, we have, I think, this big push in culture right now where, you want to say yes. I mean, there was that movie with Jim Carrey back in the day, Yes Man, and showed all the benefits of that. And there's something to be said for that. You want to keep your mind open, right, to life and possibilities and opportunity, but you can also get extremely overwhelmed. So it's almost like a line to dance, but don't let FOMO trick you into saying yes to everything. And now you have no path, you have no one direction, because that struggle is real. I speak from experience. When you're doing too many things at the same time, it hurts your overall progress. It hurts your overall success. You're better off focusing on that one thing and crushing that one thing than you are doing 3 or 4 things that you're okay at. So keep that in mind. And, not only, Walter talked about not being afraid to ask for something, right? Because if you don't ask, the answer is no. At the same time, don't be afraid to say no when people ask you things. It doesn't make you a bad person. You can't be all things to everybody all the time. If you focus on one thing, that's the thing that you can serve people with, and that's the thing you can serve yourself with. So just my biggest takeaway is don't let FOMO make you afraid of saying no.
Let's give Mitch Jorsky a round of applause. That is truth. And Mitch, I could tell you were definitely talking to yourself in that moment as you were giving that advice. So for everybody who's listening, just know the millionaires, we're still growing. We're still leveling up. Many of us are already multimillionaires moving to that next level. The game never stops for us. How many more people can we serve? How many more people can we help? How big can we make our organizations? How much fun can we have in life? How can we send our family? I know Mitch's reason for making money is he wants to send his family and his friends on vacations every year. It's not about us anymore. Once you get to a certain point, now it's about how many other people can I bring along? How many other people can I have fun with? So it's so cool to see Mitch growing and sharing some of his journey, just like I am with you, right? I simplify my business this week. I'm sharing simplification with you. And Scammer, if it's cool, if the millionaires are dropping some cool advice with us, some bombs. Awesome. Excellent. I think that's our Florida brigade. Let's go to the West Coast. Dr. Terry Wager.
Yeah, I'm a Florida brigade today.
Are you still down here with us?
I'm down the street from Doug, just out of reach. Because, well, you know, can't quite get there. But I spent the last couple of days with Mitch Jaworski, and it's been fun. We have got to catch up, and we talked a little bit about this type of thing. And one of the things that I found with simplifying your business is really the problem side of simplifying your business. And it looks like this. I'm going to simplify my business. And then what most of us do is we start to overthink it. We start to try to figure out what we can oversimplify. And then we go into our heads and sit there and think and think and think about how we can make things simpler. And we've just complicated the shit out of it. We want to bring people in. We want to do this. We want to do that. We overcomplicate the crap out of simple things. And then we don't simply take the action that makes it simple. So many people are trying to figure out how to increase their income without talking to other people. Exactly. Quit taking your own bad advice. The best advice that I can give somebody, get a mentor, get a coach. You know, Walter talks about 3 coaches, 2 mentors. And the reason is because the first step in simplification is stop listening to your own damn head. Because our fear takes over and it sounds very convincingly wise. And then we listen to all of those wise things we tell ourselves and take us so far off our goal we didn't even know we did it. We all do it, don't we? We all listen to that stuff and we come up with the cockamamie ideas that bring us way away from where we are. And then when we, look up, we go, wait a minute, I'm so far away from where I started. How do I get back there? The best way to get back on track is having somebody outside yourself that can see that you're off track, because we can't see our track. We can't see what's going on all the time. And so oversimplification is very simply asking somebody else to be our guide. When we can do that, we can start moving forward faster. We can also see where we're going. We can bounce ideas off the people. We can really put a plan together, because a plan inside my head, and I mean, I have a lot of coaches, but a plan inside my head always sounds good because I'm going to go with the path of least resistance, or the best way to put it is I'm going to go with the plan that doesn't scare me the most. Mm. And so what I do is I go and talk to the people who are going to be honest with me, who are going to call me on my shit, who are going to tell me where I'm screwing up. And then I tell them what I'm doing. And then they tell me, don't do that, do this. Don't do that, do this. And here's the funny thing. If we just do 1/10 of what those outside people say, we see astronomical growth. But most of the time, we're not going to do that, are we? We're going to keep in our own little comfort zone. We're going to keep in doing what's most comfortable, what's most easy. And then we're going to complain about what didn't work. The reality is, when we start following the advice of the other people, we start moving forward, and it crushes our goals by listening to those people who have been there before. So simplifying your business is very simple. Stop listening to you. Start listening to people who've been there.
Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. Spoken as somebody who's done it before. Michael Shine, you're up. Your take on Wealth Principle 46, simplify your business.
So for me, my life is all about freedom. It's not really the dollars. It's about getting the freedom to do what I want, when I want, with whom I want. And I have 2 parts I was thinking while Walter was talking. First of all, I've spent a lot of time the last couple of years with Walter, and I noticed that Walter is a master delegator. And so you say something to him, and before your sentence is done, he's already delegated it to someone else. It's awesome. And so that's one of the way. Find people in your tribe, in this community, in your business that can handle whatever the task is, and delegate it really quickly. There's no reason to waste any time with that. So that's number one. So delegate. Obviously, Walter motivated me to write a book that I'm working on right now about partnerships. And a lot of what I've done with partnerships is delegate to someone who wants to do the stuff that I don't want to do. And so that's really simplified all my businesses, partnerships. I have people that want to go out there and calculate the deal and things like that, or work on the property, or go to, like I said, Ken Hoffman went to a 7-hour inspection. I would never want to go to a 7-hour inspection, but he wanted to do it. So find people in your tribe that want to do the stuff you don't want to do. That's number one. And number two, I have a philosophy. I don't know where it came from, but I just do ready, fire, aim. I don't know if it's because I'm a high I, but a lot of people are in there. We were talking about buying something down in Roatan, and I'm like, yeah, let's go buy it. It's just, if I could see Walter's eyes like get so big, like, what? I know I'm on the right track. And we decided that real estate was the most forgiving asset of all. And what I've noticed is we bought deals, and most of the deals have been great, but the ones that are not perfect, we've course corrected. So go for it. Jump in there. Don't, it's easy for me to say because I'm a high I, but for the C's out there, don't get stuck in that analysis paralysis, because that's a lot of complication. Just go for it. Life is too short, and just have fun with it. I'm really enjoying my life because of that attitude. Thank you.
Let's give Michael Shine a round of applause. He also just closed yesterday on his first multi-million-dollar real estate deal, multi-million in one deal. So Mike has obviously multi-millions in real estate, but this is his first single close on one deal. Mike, how many units does that put you up to in a single year in 2021? I know you can take a minute on that one. I know we never do the math. And for anybody who is new to us, or new to talking to millionaires, or new to talking about their wealth, we don't actually always know how much we actually hold. That's the idea. If you know how much you're holding, you're not holding enough.
So this year we bought I bought with partners 23 units, and I'm up to, I believe, 64 total. And what was cool was your goal with me, Walter, was to get 50 units last year, 100 units this year. So I'm only 1 year behind. So 64 units, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Having fun with it.
Let's give Michael Shine a round of applause. Is it okay to be 1 year behind in real estate? Yeah,
absolutely.
No, I don't think nobody's hurting. I saw Sharon dropped in a question. She asked, what is the difference between a coach and a mentor? What is the difference between a coach and a mentor? I get asked that all the time. And like Terry was talking about earlier, 3 coaches, I believe there's a process. You should have 3 coaches, 2 mentors, and 1 mastermind. And the reason is that coaches are going to be able to move you towards your goal. So if you have multiple different goals, multiple different coaches, a coach should only be working on one goal at a time. They could be really big goals, so they may have sub goals in between, but you want a coach that's working on your health, a coach that's working on your relationships, a coach that's working on your wealth. Or you may want to have a coach that's working on your marketing and your sales team, or your business leadership skills, or your speaking skills. So you can have coaches in different arenas of your life that could overlap. I don't suggest more than 3, but I do strongly suggest, because everybody has 3 legs to their business, 3 legs to your life. You should be getting a coach in the 3 major arenas that are holding up the table. Then mentors. Mentors, you need 2. 1 locally, 1 out of state or out of town, because the local mentor is going to give you really valuable advice on, if we're talking real estate, they're going to give you advice on how the industry actually works, on how the tenants kind of work, on how to manage your way around the city, on how to do renovations, how much is too much, how much is not enough. So you're going to get some really local information from your local mentor, but they're never going to teach you how to compete with them. They're never going to teach you how to find the deals, how to, they're never going to give you the money to go and invest in deals that they want to invest in themselves. So you want to go out of state to an out of state mentor who's going to be able to tell you how to market, how to sell, how to find properties, how to get the deal, who's going to tell you how to raise the capital in your area. And both mentors want you to do well. It's just that the local mentor and the out-of-state mentor, they have different skill sets. An out-of-state mentor can't tell you, how to necessarily evaluate specifically on the block of whether it's a good area or a bad area. Does that make sense? Like, they can't tell you the location. They don't know. They've never been there. So that's why you need that local mentor. And then the mastermind, which is by far the most leveraged piece of personal development, if you can get to the mastermind level, is to have people around you who are like-minded in the same industry and the same ideas, different skill sets, who want the same goal. Maybe for us, you can see me and the other coaches are millionaires who are looking to build 100 millionaires. So we're out inspired to seek out the future millionaires, our mentors, our students who are going to be able to go help other students. That's our global mission. So we're a mastermind within a mastermind. Each one of us is in other masterminds as well, but at least one mastermind to move yourself forward, move your company forward. In fact, you may find that your company, your partners are your mastermind. I know when I'm in the call with Darina and Mitch and Ron and Mike and Terry and Mike Gabriel, our other team, and then we're in the sales team call, we're asking our virtual assistants or our sales members, how did this work? What could be better? What's going to be improved? That's a mastermind. We're all working together to make the project easier. Hands scan if you're making sense with this. This is cool, logical, awesome. Let's give Sharon Mendes a round of applause for asking a question. 3 coaches, 2 mentors, 1 mastermind. Beyond that might be a little excessive. So, there's a balance between everything. Too little, not going to work out. Too much might slow you down. Simplify your life. At this point, I want to open it up to questions.